Hey there, earth signs or other signs that have a dominant earth element in their chart. Welcome, thanks for joining me. Let's see what the universe wants you to know. So on the first row we've got passage. So a bit of movement energy there, or finding a new pathway. Purification in the middle. Bit of cleansing going on, and magic and the outcome or the future. Alright, let's look into this a bit more. Let's go into that. So you've got Justice, Two of Swords, and the Seven of Wands. So showing some kind of agreement has been reached and you need to stick with that agreement. I don't really know what that is yet, we'll have to have a bit more of a look. So with this purification energy, Five of Wands, heart of the reading is the Ace of Swords, which is all about a new idea or perspective coming in, and the Hermit. Okay, so needing to go within a bit more. The future with this magic energy, you've got the Chariot, which is all about, we've got that passage energy as well, but taming your own primal instincts. And then we've got the Eight of Pentacles, so perfecting a skill or excellent work. And then the Ten of Cups, what an awesome one to end on. That's sort of fulfillment or a sense of coming home. So beautiful reading to start off with. There's quite a bit of mixed energy here actually. Lots of air, but then sort of withdrawal energy, and then coming out and forging a path and working on something. So alright, let's see what comes up. So in your past row with this passage card, it's showing there has been a path that you've wanted to create for yourself, and with these two cards, they're both Libran cards actually, which have quite a balancing out energy, or trying to negotiate or find some kind of way forward where all parties are happy. I feel like you've had some kind of wish or creative idea, or you've wanted to really put something in motion and it's kind of been blocked. With this card you can kind of see there's sort of a blocked energy, whether that's been a mixture of internal or external blockage. But it seems like you've been working through it, but you've had to come to some sense of agreement or acceptance about something, and to kind of maybe span it out longer, so not need to have it all happening right now, and to maybe work something out with who you're living with, or work something out with yourself around when things can roll forward in that way. I'm sort of getting this negotiation energy going on, and it's been also a negotiation with yourself as well, around moderating your expectations perhaps, and not feeling like you have to have it all happening right now. So coming off that, the Seven of Wands here is showing a needing to stand your ground, and that might come in with that acceptance energy of like, okay, maybe now's not the time for everything to just go gangbusters, but to not lose sight of your vision, and to not give way to disappointment or a lethargy. So staying strong and sticking to your guns, and not letting that negotiation turn into a folding in for you, but actually kind of going, alright, we're going to work this out eventually. So the energy you're moving into now, and so I say that was 8, that's the 7, So the energy moving into now is purification. So there's a 5 of Wands, which is very similar to the 7 here actually. There's sort of this combative energy. In this one, however, they're play fighting. And so bringing a playfulness into moving through this passage that you're in will help. Being aware of any kind of strife, combativeness. I feel like people are really blocking your way forward, whether they're doing it intentionally or not. Probably not doing it intentionally. A lot of things are subconscious. Everyone's just trying to get their needs met. But I feel like you need to not play that game. You know, change the rules. Go into a more listening energy and a more taking in the environment around you, and then giving birth to a new way forward. So this Ace of Swords, as you can see, it's kind of like this new idea, a new perspective, just breaking through the clouds. So I'm kind of getting it kind of goes with this purification energy actually. It's kind of a lightness to it and a kind of rising above energy. To rise above, sometimes we need to go in. So that's where this Hermit comes in, sort of showing that you might need to figure out where you're blocked, both internally or from forces outside of you as well, and really try to bring together those different parts of you that might be at odds. So there might be a part of you that wants to do this thing, there might be another part of you that's saying no, don't do that because you might create this or upset this person or whatever, so that they're at odds. So you kind of need to step into that leadership inside of yourself where you can kind of go, hey, I'm in charge here and I can make this part happy and make this part happy. So doing that requires some introspection. So I'm getting a feeling something like some journaling, even if it's just chucking into your phone, but something where you kind of lay down the pathway that you want to take and potential obstacles and then potential solutions. So get it mapped out a bit. That will reduce this kind of like chaotic different forces hitting each other energy, and it will really help with this new capacity for the mind to see things differently. Yeah. What you're moving into is this moonlit energy, which is magic. So I get with this, there's something you really want to create or experience or have for yourself, that even though this card's called magic, it's actually not that lofty. It's something quite profound, important and grounded for you. Coming off the Chariot, off that card is the Chariot. So this is looking at where these impulses in you are coming from that you want to bring in this new thing, and tempering them but listening to them at the same time. So I'm kind of getting this feeling of not needing to rush forward, but also don't douse the fire either. So listen to these impulses and stay connected to them, these instinctual aspects of you, but with self-discipline. Roll it out day by day. Don't need to have it all cranked straight off the bat. So coming off that, there is hard work that needs to be done, but I feel like for you there's a real knack to knowing how to make this happen and bringing in this new experience for yourself. And this, I'm sort of talking about it as if it's like a new project or something, which it could be for some of you, but for some of you it might actually just be a new sense of balance in your life. I think things have been maybe a bit out of balance and quite chaotic, and so this card is showing if you chip away and do what you know how to do best, you will keep ironing out those crinkles and keep moving towards what you know you want. But I do get a sense that this is going to be a longer cycle, and that's okay. It's often our expectations that create suffering, so you don't need to drop all desire, but just maybe drop the attachment to when, and keep chipping away. Make sure you keep chipping away. Well, you do anyway. And then coming off that, there's this beautiful card of fulfillment. So as you can see, moving through troubled times and finding a lot of happiness and joy, and probably that balance and calmness that's in there as well. So yeah, we'll just do some clarity cards. It's looking really good. But yeah, I'm just getting quite a few feelings of wanting things to be a certain way right now, and it not being a certain way right now, and that kind of creating a bit of strife, internal strife, or a sense that something's wrong, when maybe this is exactly where you need to be. It's part of the purification that's going on. So from the Justice card over to those Five of Wands, we've got the Abundance card, Three of Cups. So yeah, I think you need some help from those around you. And so this card, it's usually three women kind of in a celebration or merriment together. But I sort of feel like there is abundance here that you have around you, but you might need to call upon it a little bit more. Call in your supports, call in your friends, call in your partner if you're single, call in your family, friends. I'm kind of getting this energy of just needing to feel a bit of a wraparound support at the moment. Leave that there. So going from the Two of Swords to the Ace of Swords. So if you want to get out of this block and let this new shifted perspective and clarity come in, you're going to have to practice the Hanging Man. So this is about surrender. So dropping the trying element, dropping the ego mask as well. So the ego mask could actually just be a part of you that is in a bit of survival mode about something, and coming back to a serenity, surrender energy. Less is more with this card. It's a very spiritual card too, so it is very much about surrendering that wanting. So having that desire, but without the attachment. It's a very yogic practice, having that balance. Excuse me. So from the Seven of Swords to the Hermit. So moving from that standing your ground energy and going inwards, just keep that. So this card's about going through troubled waters into a calmer state. As you can see, I hope you can see it, it's quite a harmonious card. It's all very symmetrical and balanced out. It's when things just work. So I feel like for you, coming into this Hermit energy, maybe have a look at what's working in your life and what is actually functioning quite well, and that's going to increase that sense of abundance, and then you'll be able to problem solve or come up with solutions for the rest of it as well. So taking stock of what is in harmony will make things feel less chaotic, and it will mean you can sit in yourself a bit more without it just feeling like far out, everything's just a mess. So from that Five of Wands to the Chariot, we've got Five of Discs. So this is the sort of anxiety worry card. So with those two fives there, five's a very transient number. That's why there can be quite a bit of chaos to it. The six is when it gets more grounded, harmonious. So there is this transition energy here, and it can create uncertainty, and uncertainty can create a host of different things. We're not really raised very well to deal with uncertainty. Everything in this society is very much about things being, very neat and tidy and certain, and ace in the hole energy. So at the moment it isn't maybe for you right now, but giving way to doubt is only going to create more cracks. So really trust this cosmic path that you're on and this destiny that you're on with the Chariot. come back to your will, come back to why you're doing what you're doing, regain some of that, that kind of, rather than feeling like everything's being pushed onto you, it's all just happening. It's like, no, you've made decisions to be here in this situation, and that's not something to feel any sort of self-flagellation about, but own it and own that you're on the right track. So this energy with this Chariot is moving forward with your own kind of destiny. So really try and tap into that amongst all this chaos, and that being in this chaos is sort of just part of the passage that you're on. And this movement towards more purification, things kind of clearing up. So from the Ace to the 8, got the Justice card again, so another element here of needing to find balance between, I feel like it's between, it's almost like you haven't had a lot of space to foster new ideas or foster a new direction for yourself, and so you might have to, part of this balancing might be making requests, so nutting it out with who's in your life to give you more space. I feel like you need more space to figure out and formulate what your next move is, and in particular with this 8 of Pentacles, what skills you want to develop, or what projects you want to create, or basically just what you want to work on. So from the Hermit to the 10 of Cups, this will be interesting because it's going from that internal energy to that sort of stepping into fulfillment. Yeah, so the Princess of Discs, so this is all about, it's pure earth, so it's giving birth to something new, it's study, it's creation in its purest form essentially. So if you want to reach that level of fulfillment and come out of this kind of internal struggle maybe that's been going on, really need to sort of see the long game here and the gestation that needs to take place for this to come through. But don't lose sight of it. Don't let current challenges or obstacles knock you off your path, because this is important for you. This is important for your fulfillment. So treat it as a precious baby, even if it's unborn yet, and just nurture it for now, and keep trying to find that balance, and ask for it. If you don't ask, you don't receive sometimes. So get that courage to ask for more time, space, whatever you need, more resources, more support, so you can continue to move on this path that you're on, to find more magic, essentially. Beautiful reading, Earth signs. I hope that was helpful for you. If you liked this reading, then click on the little thumb, that just helps it get to more people, and of course share it if you think anyone else would benefit. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you next time.